Howdy, y'all. This was my first major I've shot in like a year. As you can see, it went kind of rough for me. Let's go find out why. I thought I'd go through the stages just in the order I actually shot them. Maybe that'll give you some extra insight into how things went for me. I don't know. So right off the bat here, you can see that on the very first stage, on my very first day, I flew to this match. I had to arrange to beg, borrow, steal, ship ahead, do whatever I had to do for ammo. And the ammo that I have in my gun is obviously completely not working for me. So I kind of struggle through it for the shotgun portion, but it really throws me off mentally. And yeah.
I don't think your shotgun's gonna like the low recoil.
I miss this second slug here, and I just decide I've wasted too much time on shotgun. I need to move. This stage is already going pretty bad for me. I am really happy that I got the 5-second bonus on the clay there. That was pretty cool. Probably should have reloaded after doing all that, though, because I have to do a standing reload. And mentally, oh, I'm just not there.
Green! Hit! Drop mag!
Took me a second to find a partially obscured target in that car there. But then when I go to rifle here, you see that I fumble my initial load here. I don't know what I did, but it bolt didn't close, and then I had a feeding issue. So I then had to clear that, but in the process I dropped a few rounds on the ground. I'm mentally just panicking. My scope's on the wrong magnification level for how close I am to these targets. I get all out of order here, and then you'll see when I get up to the car, I actually have to do another standing reload because I forgot that I had dropped rounds out of the mag when I was clearing it, and all in all, there's a lot of panic here. It's not how you'd want to start your first stage of the first match that you flew to. So what I do on this one is you have to start with some rifle there at distance, and I actually started engaging the second target in sequence first. Didn't realize what I had done, but I was pretty confident. I mean, I knew I had forgotten something, so I had to go back and start re-engaging targets, and now I'm mentally panicking again. And as it turns out, I for sure thought that I had started on the one that I had to start on, and I did not. So in the end there, I get a +5 penalty at the end of this stage. But anyway, yeah, mentally still just not there.
Still got one more.
I am proud of myself for taking the knee on these slugs here. I think it made them go better.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, I forgot to mention. At this point in time, I decided, all right, there's no point in me trying to struggle through it with my shotgun for anything. I borrowed a shotgun for the remainder of the match. There's paper targets you can kind of see, and steel targets you really can't see hidden in the back there. And a few of these steel targets take me a surprising number of shots to hit. I don't know what my deal was on these. Not being very accurate, I guess. You can see me kind of fumble here looking for one of the slightly hidden steel targets. So what happens here at the end is I know where the last steel target should be, but the light has changed very substantially from when I did my walkthrough and what I could see then, and what I can see now when I'm shooting, and the thing is now in shade and I cannot see it. Someone has to tell me, hey, just come back here to a spot where it's easier to see here and you'll be able to get it. So a lot of those shots I was taking blind into a spot where I knew that the target should have been, but I could not find it through my sunglasses. I finally started to turn things around a bit on stage 7, thankfully, third stage of my first day. Start out with some shotgun, go run up to some pistol that a few kind of hidden steel targets on the way, and then you finish up with rifle here at the end.
Nice. Paper.
That one-handed run by was kind of fun.
Drop mag. Good. Nice. Nice.
Targets here, if I remember correctly, only range from like 2 to 100. No, it's like 150 to like 400 yards. So it's not that bad of a shot. Looked farther.
Nice.
All right, for stage 1, we had a little bit of downtime in between, and then we're packing in an extra stage on my first day. So this was why it's kind of out of sequence here. You'll see that I've gone to my preferred tactical retailer, Ross Dress for Less, and I've tactically acquired a sun protection hat that makes me look like my brother, who is known for many things, but none of those are his fashion sense. So I guess this is what getting old feels like.
Left hand target. Nice.
I forget what the ranges on this stage were, but I know a lot of the targets were around 250 to maybe close to 4. I don't think this stage went out to like 5 and 6.
Target. Good.
Even us lowly TAC Ops folks got to use a provided bag on this stage, so you'll see me pick it up and run with it to the next position and everything. And hey, shout out to the boys from Caltech who were happy enough to hold a piece of cardboard out on the side of people's faces to block them from the worst of the sunlight glare. That's a real Chad move right there. Stage brief said you only had to, I think, engage these things from near the platform, or maybe it just said from the platform, and they said that, you know, if you want to just use the back edge like I did, you'd be cool. So I did.
Hit. Good job.
Stand by.
All right, this one is an all shotgun stage, my first stage for day 2, and I think it actually went pretty well for me. I obviously wasn't the fastest, and there were a few times I was a little bit too hesitant on reloads and could have been a bit more confident moving through some target arrays and then moving straight onto my reloads and stuff like that. But all things considered, it went pretty well. Fun fact, actually, when I got to the end of the stage, I was pretty sure in my head mentally that I had done way too much loading. I thought that I had overloaded, and I probably had, like, you know, wasted time by putting an additional 6 shells in the gun or something. I only had 2 in the gun, so... my mental count was off, but I guess it was off in the right direction, so cool.
Far left.
Over.
Nice.
Alright, second stage of day 2. Start off with some pistol, a little bit of long range, long-ish range pistol on this one. You can kind of see me struggling to find a target there. I was kind of kicking myself about doing that. And here I start to make a pretty big mistake. It's only 10 seconds for every pistol steal that you don't, 10-second penalty for every pistol steal you don't engage here. You drop a mag and have to engage a target. And I miss, and I go back and A, I picked the mag up off the ground when I had one on my belt, and I didn't need to do that. And B, you see, I do it twice, which was just, now it's way, now it made no sense to do it twice. You're way behind on time. That was dumb, and I'm mentally flustering myself here. Number 2 here, this is worth talking about. So this stage I think goes out to 500 or 600 yards, or close to 600 yards. And as you can see, we're shooting across a valley in pretty substantial winds. And that's not an excuse. Everyone had challenges in this thing hitting long-range targets, but the high winds on this stage were challenging, and it bears mentioning that when you're shooting in a valley above tree cover, the winds are higher in that mid-traversal point than they are for the shooter on the ground sometimes. So this was a challenging stage, and I'm happy I got it done here. In the end, you probably can't see it on the phone. After I get done with the long range, you'll see me transition. I'm engaging a rifle spinner target. That's a huge 60-second penalty if you fail to do it. But everything else went fine here. I was really kicking myself about the multiple engagements on the final high-value handgun target. I haven't mentioned it, and for anyone who doesn't know, the reason they do high-value handgun targets where you drop your mag and then engage is to challenge you on the clock and to get in your head mentally, but most importantly, to definitely and demonstratably empty your handgun before you do something else, like go prone or holster or whatever. So that's really the reason why they do it, but it also kind of gets in your head. The smart thing to do, though, is if you miss your first one, just fucking forget about them, because for 10 seconds it ain't worth it for you to go to war. Anyway.
Over.
Alright, so this stage is really fun. You have to carry a flag here, which makes for some really great photo ops. I had fun here. Do some one-handed pistol engagements. I did fail to neutralize one of those paper targets on the, I think, the rightmost one on the rock there. But fun times. Drop mag out again to engage some targets here, and then this time you'll see that I kept the mag in my hand because I was like, fuck if I'm going to make that same mistake again of dropping it on the ground. And I didn't. So hey, at least I'm learning, right? So what happens here, you'll see in a second, I have to engage a target at 4-something, almost 500 yards in a second here, and you'll see me just absolutely just fail to hit it. And I spent a lot of time trying to do it. For explanation here, I don't know what was going on here because some of the calls people made for me here, they'll say like, you know, left half a target, and I'll go a full target to the left. Like I was obviously and now severely, holding off to the right side of the target to compensate. Definitely. And I fire again, and they were like, yeah, still off the left edge, and I was, and now I'm like, I don't know what's happening here. I suspect maybe wind was a bit in play. Also, my optic, maybe I was misreading some of the dots here, and I got confused on which one I was using, or something like that between shots. But some of those calls really confused me. They were good calls. I'm not trying to say that the calls were bad. I'm saying that like I think there was some wind and some shooter skill issues at play here. God, I'm still just trying to engage this goddamn target. It's taken me forever. Oh, it's painful to watch.
Low left, one target. Low left, one target.
Some of these low calls are exactly what I was talking about. Like, I raised it up substantially. I was like, how am I still half a target low? This is bullshit.
Low, half target. Low, one target. Just off left edge. No call. Hit!
375.
No call. Hit!
Another 4.
Left, one target. Hit!
5.
Hit!
There you go.
174.69 time.
Final stage, first stage of my last day here. You start with the handgun right in your hand there. And first you start off with some pistol, engaging some paper and some steel that's you probably can't see, but it wasn't super hard to find or anything like that here. Yeah, not a bad start to the stage, but I probably could have been faster. Well, I know I could have been faster.
Got it. Got it.
And you'll see here that as I jog along, my rifle mag jogs out of the shitty little holder I have for it, and I don't notice. So it was only by the grace of my teammates that I eventually am able to use rifle on this stage, because I didn't realize that fell out. And so it's thanks to my camera woman Kim for helping me out there. Kind of embarrassing to watch in retrospect. That shotgun was a little sloppy, and I had some extra shots, and I had some shots I didn't have to take because the targets had fallen off, and it turns out I didn't have to burn around, but all that meant that I had to do some extra reloads at the end here. So Kim hands me the mag. Thanks, Kim. And I go to work on the rest of these, and have a little bit of challenge here with the wind, but not too bad. I think there's only 2 targets at around 4 or something.
Follow it. Left. Left. Send it. Just off right edge. No call. Hit. Just off right edge. Just low left. Just under it. Hit. Unload show clear.
Yeah.
I don't think I mentioned it up to now, but I'll mention it here on the last stage, my second stage for the last day. This rifle with this ammo actually doesn't group terribly well. That's not really an excuse because I chose to bring this ammo with this rifle, but it's around a 2 to 3 inch group. Maybe that was affecting some of my longer range targets. Who knows? Probably didn't help. Even though these targets here in the mud pit are really close, and I am on low magnification, it was actually kind of fuzzy to see some of those things through there. Like, it's unpainted targets against certain backgrounds are kind of hard. And you can see here that I lose track of some targets in the back here. That's just not even related to the scope so much as it was me having issues. I run up over here to the shotgun, have a little bit of issue with some slug targets here, but I end up making up my last remaining slug hit later on in the stage, and so we were the last squad to run through this stage, and I was the only one on my squad to take the slug from the other position. The RO says I was the only one in the match. She didn't know that you even could get it from a second position, and so she was genuinely confused when I take this slug in a minute here. The only reason I took the slug is because, honestly, I think I was just feeling spiteful about, no, I don't want to fucking leave a target behind. It probably wasn't worth all the time I put into it, but, you know, fuck that guy.
Oh, he hit the slug?
I actually missed 2 of the pistol shots that I took right here, and that resulted in 1 failure to neutralize. So I got I think a 10-second penalty for that. Oh well. All things considered, this was obviously a really challenging match for me. It's good to be challenged. I'm still really happy I went. I had a lot of fun. Some of the stages, you know, you walk away feeling a little bit worse about than others, but all in all, I shot with a really good group of people. I got to catch up with some friends that I hadn't seen in a while, and I would advise that anyone who's interested check these matches out. Really, anything run by Jeremy Moore tends to be a pretty extreme, intense match in ways that I enjoy.